We have one of the most talked about budget balls in golf today. We have the Kirkland Signature Volume 3 golf ball.
We're going to be putting it through these categories and we're going to see how it compares the 2025 Titleist Pro V1. So stick around to the end to see who comes out on top.
All right, so we're going to talk about the looks now. It's white, it's round, it's got dimples.
End of section.
There you go. It's a golf ball. But no, for a budget ball, it looks quite good. It's quite minimal in terms of like logos. It's not too big, it's not too in your face. I think you've seen some balls which are quite loud, but this is actually pretty good. Nice little bit of alignment line on the side.
Yeah, I was going to say,
not too bad.
look, I'd usually draw a line on the ball, but if you're someone who is maybe rushing to the first tee, you don't have time to do that, I'd have no issue lining that up towards the hole. So yeah, like you say, it's round, it's white, it's got dimples, definitely a golf ball.
It ticks the boxes.
Ticks the boxes.
Now moving on to the #1 ball in golf, the Titleist Pro V1. I mean, that's just a classic logo, isn't it?
It is.
I love the Pro V1, obviously the new little stamp on the side. The little lines are obviously filled in. 2023 model, they were obviously hollowed out, but it's really nice, easy to line up your putts, and nothing better than looking at Titleist #1. Is there?
That's what you want to see in the first tee. Let's be honest, everyone likes to put a Titleist on the first tee box. So yeah, no complaints there whatsoever.
None. All right, moving on to feel. We had a bit of fun with this, didn't we, on the putting green?
Yeah.
I made you close your eyes and guess which one you were hitting. But there was a noticeable difference, wasn't there?
There was. Not massive, but noticeable. Yeah, I think the Kirkland just a little bit more clicky.
Yeah.
Which is not the worst thing in the world, but I think the Titleist just a little bit softer, a little bit more pleasant to hit.
Yeah.
Which is, it's an intangible thing, but it's important when you're on the putting green. You know, something that golfers are going to notice.
Yeah, I agree. I think, the Kirkland does have that little higher acoustic, let's be honest. But the Pro V1 is just exactly what you want to hear when you're hitting your putts. It's nice, it's soft, it's not too offensive. It feels great as well coming off the face. For something which is just over £1, like that's pretty good in terms of feel, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I've hit balls that are like hitting stones on the putting green, and the Kirkland's not one of them.
No.
And I mean, you're paying what, 35 quid for 24 of them.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a budget ball, feel-wise, you could do a lot worse than the Kirkland.
Absolutely. Same kind of story when it comes to the chipping, wasn't it? I think, Titleist Pro V1, I mean, it just feels amazing around the green. Again, Kirkland, just a little bit firmer, but surprisingly, like, there's a bit of spin and control with it, but sometimes it's just a little bit inconsistent, I found.
That's what I was going to say. I think with the Kirkland, the feel is maybe a little bit more unpredictable. There's some times where I feel like I was hitting a nice shot and it just felt a bit firmer, was maybe going to run out a bit more. And with the Titleist, the Pro V1, it's just that more responsive feel around the green, and that's what you really want. It's that reliability.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe just lacking that a little bit with the Kirkland. Again, as we're saying, this is a budget ball. It's by no means bad around the greens, I didn't find.
No.
But just that little bit extra feel and confidence that you're getting with the Pro V1 does go a long way.
Okay, next, durability test. We had a bit of fun in the bunker, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
So we hit 10 shots with each just to kind of see how they kind of held up, and to be honest, pretty surprised by both of them. I mean, Titleist barely had any marks in it at all. Kirkland had a little bit more on it, but it wasn't anything that was kind of too severe. But I was pretty impressed, to be honest.
You'll see it on the screen. I hit 10 with each ball, and there was a few marks in the Kirkland, nothing major that was going to put me off it. Again, the Titleist, if you're hitting 10 bunker shots in a round, that's pretty bad. Something's gone wrong. Even with both of them, there was nothing too wild there. Pro V1 durability is something we expect. You pay 100%. For that. You could use one for a full 18 holes and you could tee it up again the next day.
Yeah,
you're not going to get that with the Kirkland, but that's fine.
All right, moving on to the spin. We were hitting those all-important 50 to 60 yard approach shots, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I was quite pleasantly surprised. I don't know about you, but obviously Pro V1, just amazing around that kind of distance with control, confidence. You can be a little bit more aggressive with it because you just know exactly how it's going to release and spin on the green. The Kirkland ball, however, kind of surprised me. A lot firmer in feel, which in some cases you'd think, well, it's not really going to spin, it's going to release more.
Yeah.
But it actually came out a little bit lower in launch, I found, and actually tried to grip up a little bit. But the only thing was, again, a little bit kind of inconsistent with maybe the flight and how it was releasing. That's what I found anyway.
Yeah, I think there wasn't anything majorly wrong with the Kirkland round the green. Hit some nice shots with it. I think the difference is that the Titleist is just stopping quicker.
Yeah.
There's that extra hop. There's 2 hops of the Kirkland, you get one with the Titleist. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's anecdotal around the greens, strike comes into it,
100%.
but that's what I was finding. The Kirkland is just that little bit extra release on it, and for some players that's not a bad thing.
No.
But you notice it particularly with your shots. You're putting a lot of spin on it.
Yeah.
The Titleist is stopping, it's spinning back. You're not getting that with the Kirkland.
No, not at all.
Okay, so what surprised me most was actually distance with these balls. Now, I've got to say that I thought round the greens would be a bigger difference, but it was actually with the driver and 7 irons that we were hitting, was finding that ball speed was dropping off by about 4, maybe even 5 miles an hour with the Kirkland compared to the Pro V1. That's a huge difference. I mean, hit 3 7-irons from down the first fairway here, and 7-iron with the Pro V1's flying about 12 yards further, paced it out. That's about a club. And if I'm losing, a club distance off the tee, a club into the green, it's going to cost me shots round the round. That's an issue.
100%. I think for me, the thing I noticed straight away was the speed off the driver. I was 10 miles an hour, almost faster. Even the miss hits were faster, which is something probably to be expected when you've using the number 1 ball in golf. You have the most premium option available compared to something which is, still very good, don't get me wrong, but the thing that I noticed was definitely speed and distance, just like what you're saying. Comes out a little bit lower as well, which surprised me too. Obviously the Pro V1 with that mid-spin, kind of mid-flight, even though it is a lower penetrating ball, it does come out a little bit higher than the Kirkland. Now, if you have a Costco card, then the Kirkland Signature V3 ball is going to be available to you. And for $34.99, you're going to get 24 balls. And I think from our testing today, it's a great value for money, I think.
Absolutely.
When you're putting it up against the number 1 ball in golf, I think it's, it ticks all the boxes, really, to be honest.
Any ball that costs that price is not going to compete with a Pro V1, let's be honest. But it's not miles off. Around the greens, no big issue. If you're getting 24 for that price, and let's be honest, if you're going out losing 5 or 6 around, might not be a bad shout. If performance is what you're looking for, you can see with the numbers we're getting today, the Pro V1's miles ahead. Let's be fair, it's a long way ahead. But in terms of price, Kirkland's not bad. Value for money, it's there.
Now, if you haven't already, give us a sub, and we'll see you next time.